So just to show you again, as you have everything laid out on the page, your windows, your palettes, everything. Here's all the sections that you have for the control and the toolbars. They're advanced. If I hit the tab key, everything disappears for that section. And I'm just on 2 layers that have all these parts and pieces on there. Okay. So right about here, I'll just zoom in onto this to show it to you. This is the piece that has this house. It's one 3-dimensional piece cut out of a front plan and then just extruded. And I just set this measurement here to show myself. I can take the rectangle tool. Up at the top I have the X, Y, and the W and the H. WH is for width and height. XY is for the coordinate whenever the mouse clicks. So with the rectangle tool selected and the letter M, I can just click, and you can see it has the width of 120 and 480. It's set to pixels, so I'm just going to hit the tab key and type in 120 and cancel or hit OK and click OK. So now I have this square, and I wanted you to then use the secondary colors of the color wheel for the bottom 3. So the main color for this one is going to be orange, then the main color for this is green, purple for the last one, and then the symbols are the opposite colors on the color wheel, which are the complementary colors. So just to try to keep this accurate, in other words, each square of this grid is now represented with 40 pixels, so 3 across and 3 down is the length, and width is going to give me 120, which is what gave me that measurement. So now I just want to raise this up, and I could just do it by eye, but I'm going to try to just show you a couple ways with the rulers. With viewing the rulers, you have this option, Command R, and you can see if I Command R on the keyboard it shows up, and right-clicking gives me all these units of measure. Points is what I usually have it set to, but the pixels I'm just going to place in there. And if you look closely, the numbers get much smaller, and so or larger, but they're smaller increments. So where the 2 rulers meet at the top left is the 0-point marker, and when I click on that, it turns to a crosshair. And wherever I let go, I'm going to do it in the bottom left corner here, and you can see it has the XY coordinate that's corresponding to the top panel up here. But the 0-point marker comes all the way down to the bottom of this rectangle, and when I come over here, it shows a little tick mark at 120, so it shows me that I'm at the top. I just need to go a little bit taller. In fact, I think I already have the guide there. So I just wanted it to go 1/3 of that piece. So 120 plus 40 is going to give me 160, and that's what this measurement is going to be. So I'm just going to take this ruler guide and move it to 160. And so here it is at 160. Here's this one if I want to just a ruler guide will stretch all the way across the page there. There it is at 120, and then down here is 0. So like I said, you could just visually place it in there, but just trying to show you the software. Here's the square, and I'm going to take a point in the pen tool. Now if you don't show all these tools right here, make sure you're set to advanced on your palette. So either go up into the window to do it, under toolbar, advanced, and basic. You may be set to basic, or you can click on the 3 dots down below and it'll give you these options up on their menu at the top. But what you want it to do is to come in the pen tool, window shade that out, and gives you the add or subtract. I just want the add point. When I come over here, I just want to put it in the top intersection, and it gives me the center line, the smart guides. So I just added a point right there. Take the direct selection tool, or the white arrow as they'll call it, and see if I can't place that on there. So there's the, maybe I didn't place it on there, but let's take a look here. So there's the path right there. There's the point. Happened to be on red and orange, so it's not a good color to see there, but we'll place it up there. To change this color in the layers, it's all the icons and layers are set to red, so I'm just going to double click on this and change this to black. Click OK. So now you can at least see the black outline of the house. It's not a stroke, it's just the outline of the computer showing what you have selected. So now I just go to Effect, and I can extrude this. But before I do that, I'm just going to set this up. I already have it set up, but just to show you how it was created, is just to take the symbol, which is right here, and if you notice, it's 1 square plus about a half of the next square. So I'm going to click and make this 60 pixels. So 60, tab key, couple tab keys, click it over. There's the shape. And you could probably say it's a little bit smaller, so I could always change that if I wanted to. the width and the height and make it 40, but that would be a little bit smaller. So I'll try it just to show it to you. Tab at 50 to 50, and now I have the shape that might be just a little tighter there. The opposite color on the color scheme for orange is purple, so there's the purple square right there. And this now becomes a symbol. So I click up on the symbol palette. There's the one that I had from before, but this is a little bit smaller, so I'll just make a new symbol for it. 40px for 40 pixel. Just going to leave all this the same. That's the default. And then go ahead and click on this. This hasn't been extruded yet, so I just go to Window or under View and go to Effect 3 and hit Extrude there. And that gives me this panel. So I have to go a third of the distance. It's 120, so it's going to be 40 pixels. And this is set to points. And I can set that in there as well. So that gives me it's all in proportion to it. So there's that shape, placed it in there. But you can see it's bigger than that. So it's actually 60, it's 1.5. So I'll place it into 60 there. And that gives me the preview. And the map art, I just click on it. It tells me it has one of 7 shapes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's on the front side of this, so it's the default. Go ahead and click on this piece and Shift key and place that right in there. So that gives me the preview for it. Click on the shading the artwork slower and click OK. And now I have this piece. And again, clicking it to the isometric section. The light might need to be modified, so I'm going to click it up there just to give a couple colors there. Another couple light sources for this section, just so you can see a difference in that section there. So that makes that one pretty easy. Okay. And then when I take a look, this is the symbol for this one, 2 squares, and this is the shape for there. So it's 120 by 40 or 120 squares. So I can just click with the rectangle tool, click on this surface, and type in 120, tab key it, click OK. I drop it for the color, which is what this is right there. This is how it was created. And then do the same with the square. Put 40 with the tab key of 40, click OK. And opposite of the green color for the complementary color is the red. And it's going to have the two squares there. So that's what this section is. So by taking this piece and Option and duplicating it, you end up with this part of the symbol. So that section will become a new symbol. And click OK. So now I just have to click on the green, go to Effect, Extrusion on this one, and put in 40. Click Preview on this one, and there you can see the piece. But again, it's going to give you that particular section there. And then go to the map art. Click on the red square there, and that gives you that location. Take a look at the way it's viewed, and when you take a look this time, it's going to be at the top. And just rotating this around to the center of it gives you that section right there. So that gives you that piece. And then the last one, you can see just this purple section, just Option, place that over to the side. Here again is the appearance panel. So taking a look at this part, I just want to change the color of this. So when you take a look, it's going to be the purple. And that'll give you that particular section. You can always change the intensity of that. We'll come back to that one. But that gives you the purple. And this is now going to have a yellow section to it. So I'll click off this just to go to the map art and take a look at this section onto none. And there it is right there. So that's the shape. Here's the preview of it. Click OK, or I can change some of the lighting sections here. And now I just have to make this section. Well, I know it's going to be that piece. I'm just going to click on it as being 40 for the height, 120 for the width, and click OK. Eyedrop tool for the color. And here's the shape. So I'm just going to take this section. I'm going to flip it this time just to show you 2 sides of it. So there's 2 symbols. One you can flip, one you can keep there. and see how this one works. So this is the symbol here. Here's the first one. I'll create this as a new one. And yellow. Whoa. Triangle. 2, and just keep everything the same presets for it. Now just go back to this section. You have to modify it in the appearance panel to get to the 3D modeling window. Here's the section. Here's the map art of this. And again, this is a 6-sided piece. And as you click through, you'll see the red rectangular shape place itself on there. Here's the triangle there. We'll see what happens if this is going to rotate it when I click on this part. Isometric left there. Isometric right. Top. Bottom. So it gives you this selection. And we'll keep that piece, but just to try to get it to the right selection here, you can say, well, it's on the wrong side, so we'll just go through the map art and take this one off and just kind of work our way around because I rotated it. Here it is on this piece. Here's the triangle, and you can see it's on the wrong side, so all you have to do is drag one side to the other, and you can flip the symbol in the editor. And that gives you that piece right there. So kind of a quick selection there for that piece altogether. This is going to give you the background of it. Here's all the pieces for this one. Here I'm just selecting items just to hide them. And then I can place these items into the section. So I'm trying to get this as a presentable piece. Here's the view for the ruler guides. So here's the rulers. Here's guides. Lock thing. I'm just going to hide them for now. And tab key the bar. Zoom in a little bit. Space bar to get them in the right spot. Can visually align them. There is an align tool. I can select all 3 of these. Here's the tab key. And there's an align tool that shows you a graphic. And here you can see it's aligned to the artboard. So when you back up, they're just aligned to that section with the center of the particular object. And just Command-Shift-4. Here's the drawing. Remember, hold the space bar to compose this. And that'll give you that shape right there.